Well, I mean, that's why I'm out every day, right? I get up and I can't just sit around the house or go to an
Mm-mm.
office. I mean, I've had an office my whole career for my people. I'm never in there. I'm out in the field meeting, making contacts, having meetings, looking at projects. Uh, I'm involved in different organizations. I mean, it's just, for me, that's just the way it is. I'm never going to stop. I'm 52 now. I'll do deals the rest of my life. It's fun. I enjoy it. It is. It is. It's all about leadership. It's all about, following orders, chain of command. And discipline's a big thing. I mean, it's like you said, it's every day getting up and taking accountability for what you have to do and what your responsibilities are. And not only that, you have other people that you're responsible for. So when you're in a combat situation or you're on a ship, so I was on a ship, everybody has a job. Everybody has a role. I was in retail, so we were in charge of all the ship stores and vending machines and barbershops and things like that, the laundry, stuff like that. We had to do our job so the ship could move and survive and do their things. And the cooks have to do their job, and the engineers have to do their job, and the weapons guy have to do their job. And where it really comes to fruition is in emergency situations, fire controls. So if a fire breaks out on a ship, everybody on that ship had a responsibility during general quarters, which is when you go to combat conditions, or during, fire drills. If there was a fire drill in your station, everybody had a role. Somebody did something. So, I'm relying on you, Carlos, to do your job. If a fire breaks out, I don't have to worry about you. I know you're going to do it, right? You know what you need to do, where you need to be. You know that I know what I got to do, where I need to be. And together as the team, just like a block and clear the path for me, if you rely and focus on your assignment, then I know all I got to do is focus on my assignment. And together we function as a unit and a team. So that's what's really cool about military training, is that it teaches you self-discipline so that other people can count on you and you count on other people, as long as everybody in the organization is doing their job. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
From an outside perspective, now where I'm at 29 years old, from an outside perspective, it seems really, really cool. And like I said, just like an advanced masterclass on that type of stuff. And I think one of the biggest things is that,
yeah, and and it's a funny thing. So there's a whole debate about entrepreneurship and leadership. Are you born with it, or is it developed? Now, you can develop yourself as a leader as you go along, but from a young age, I was a natural born entrepreneur. I was cutting grass, raking leaves, going around the neighborhood, knocking on doors. I mean, I would knock on your door. Hey, I'm Greg Dickerson. I live up the street. I need to make some money. Is there anything I can do for you? I mean, no problem asking for business, right? And I started out that way. I always wanted my own business, always wanted to be in my own business, even in the military, even in, after the military. When I went to boot camp, I was marked as a section leader. I didn't ask for it. They came up to me and said, hey, you're in charge. Whenever I was in sports, I was the captain. I was always a leader. I was always picked. And I never asked for it, never did anything that I knew about that to give anybody a reason to pick me, but it just did. So I feel like I was just a natural born leader. My dad was military career, 20 years, went in enlisted, came out an officer. So I'm sure a lot of that was instilled in me by him in terms of leadership. I just grew up, with a military leader in the household, and, he was tough, tough disciplinarian and tough guy to live with. But I learned hard work, discipline, I guess, leadership. But he was not an entrepreneur, never did anything on his own ever, worked in the military his whole career, then civil service after that. And, that kind of thing. My mom, nobody in my family were entrepreneurs or self-employed. I'm the only one. So I don't know where that came from, that fire to want to do my own thing and be my own boss. But I've always had that inside of me, so is it born? Is it developed? I really don't know. Yeah. And there's certain people that, have a leadership bent, but maybe not entrepreneurial. And then there's entrepreneurs that aren't necessarily leaders. And then there's both.
yeah,
For me, I've always enjoyed coaching. So I've always taken a leadership role, and I'm the first guy to volunteer. So if there's a volunteer opportunity and somebody says, hey, can somebody do this? I'm like, boom, I'll do it. So, I'm not afraid to take charge. I'm not afraid to lead a group. If there's an emergency situation, I'm the guy that's like, okay, let's bust the doors down. Everybody come in here, follow me, that kind of thing. So, it's just the way I'm wired. It's just the way I am. But what I love, somebody asked me the other day, so I do a number of things. I'm a developer. I still flip houses. I build ground up. I do infill development, commercial, multifamily, residential. I do a little bit of everything, and the business stuff. And somebody asked me, said, what do you love most? What's your favorite thing to do? And I said, I love developing people. I love finding people helping them realize their God-given talents and gifts and unlocking their full potential and watching that light bulb go off when they do. I said, to me, that gives me more fulfillment than any amount of money you can make, any kind of project you can do. I love to build people. Everything I've done my entire career has all been because I've built people. I've poured into people. I didn't build any of the companies that I've been involved with in my career. Other people did that I coached and mentored. I did it through them. You know, I mean, all the other companies I had, I never showed up one day in those companies and went to work. I did it all on the road, you know, on my phone, coaching them, telling them what to do, and then they went and executed on it until they could do it on their own, and then they would just call me for backup. And you know, that's what fills me. That's what I get a kick out of, and I've always been like that, even as a kid. You know, so it's an interesting thing.